Okay, here is the continuation of that Q&A I started a really long time ago. Eileen Reeds asks, favorite YA books? Fangirl, Graceling, and Cinder. Favorite classic? Jane Eyre, book boyfriend. I've always had a thing for Mr. Knightley from Emma. Rotary Lover 17 asks, when and how did you get into reading? So my eldest sister started reading when she was like 3. Older sisters are such overachievers. I took quite a bit longer. I think I didn't really get the hang of it till I was like 7. I remember it being hard, but once I picked it up, I ran with it, was reading The Hobbit when I was like 10. I went into a reading slump in college, and then I was about 23 or 24, I think, when I picked back up reading really hardcore. The Shades of Orange asks, how many people in your real life know that you are a booktuber? Not that many, actually. My immediate family knows, and my husband, obviously. Other than that, like one person I work with, I'm not particularly hiding it. I just haven't really advertised it because I didn't want to make myself really self-conscious when shooting. Saint Girl asks, how many books do you own? I've never done an exact count. I went through a couple years back and pruned, but I've also been adding quite prolifically, as is evidenced by my book hauls. I have about 2.5 bookcases full at this point. Lit with Lisa asks, how do you find time to read so many books? Are you just a really fast reader? Yes, that's part of it. I'm naturally a pretty fast reader. Also, I read every day during my lunch break, and then we don't have cable, so I'll often read some right before bed, too. The Library of Sarah asks, where do you like to read? Bed, at the public library, desk? I'm always interested to hear what places people find to be comfortable for reading. When I'm home, I like to read on the bed. When I'm at work, we have these great couches that are tucked away kind of privately that I like to read in during my lunch break. Quill Cafe asks, what is something you would like to see more of in the books you read? Characters who are reluctant to go adventuring, who understand that going off to watch the people you love die is not fun and adventures. That peace is something to yearn after. With the adventure-hungry characters, I'm just like, well, these guys are obviously adrenaline junkies who might actually subconsciously create problems so they can solve them. I love the characters who would prefer the problem never happened, who would prefer that the adventure was never necessary, but that even so, when thrown into impossible situations, rise to the occasion to defend what they love. And I just described a hobbit. Hobbits are badass. I have one last Q&A video coming to cover off on all the questions I got.